Oh, look, Dad. Got my cup back. We put out our first round of chemical on these fields, and we've also put out a first round of some fertilizer, and they just look absolutely beautiful. So I want to hop out here and show you what they look like, and then we'll take the drone up and get a good look with that too. Alright, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the isbellfarms YouTube channel. Let's see, last time we cleaned out the sprayer, moved some augers around, that was the last video. A week or so has passed since then, and I didn't do a good job of having my camera out for everything, but I went to Nashville, Dad went to Vegas. While Dad was in Vegas, we planted about 500 acres, and I did some spraying for him while he was gone. He taught me how to do that. And those fields are actually already coming up. We got a rain right after that, about 1.5 inches, something like that. And things have been wet ever since then, but that's really good. Everything has been healthy and coming up. We haven't had to pump any water or do anything crazy like that, so we are perfectly happy. I'm in a field right now that I planted on, it would have been April the 3rd, which was the first day we planted. I planted it like middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So we put out our first round of chemical on these fields, and we've also put out a first round of some fertilizer, and they just look absolutely beautiful. So I want to hop out here and show you what they look like, and then we'll take the drone up and get a good look with that too. Alright, so I tried to leave Penny at home, but Penny said not a chance, and she followed me down here. Hey Penny, Penny, sit, that's good. Look at the camera. Look how good you are. That's a good girl. Alright, so as you can see, this is coming up beautifully, and I don't know how well you can see it down the rows, but it looks great. This here, as you can see, is already like starting to melt, but that is the fertilizer that we put out, and they're calling for rain tonight, which would get this to melt to get into the ground, get into the roots of these plants, which would be absolutely perfect. I don't know how all that's going to pan out because it's weather, and even if you are a weatherman, you don't know what's going to happen for sure, but that's just part of it. Anyway, so these fields look absolutely wonderful. That's all these fields behind the shop. I guess it's about 1,800 acres worth that's up and beautiful right now that we've put out all this stuff on. And then we've got some fields that we water seeded that were in one of the first YouTube videos I put out this year, and it's also looking really pretty. So I'm gonna take the drone up in the air and get some good shots of all these fields and how green they are, and just give you an overview of how beautiful the farm actually looks right now. And let me tell you, it is beautiful. Alright, excuse my squinting. I left my sunglasses in Dad's truck, so I look terrible. But before I take the drone up, I wanted to show you one more thing. We pulled some seeds up, or some plants up in the last video, and they were coming up good and looking green and pretty, but when you dug them up, all you could see on the root system was the seed and maybe one small root jutting out of there. And so those plants were just living off the seed. They weren't living off the nutrients in the ground, or the getting to all the moisture available in the ground or anything like that. They were just living off of that sprouted seed and whatever nutrients was left in it that helped it sprout and all those things. So now, if you look, the plant has 3 leaves on it now. Which is an indication that it's getting older, and that's something we look at, is how many leaves are coming off of the actual initial plant. That's one thing we check for. But you can also see, you can still see the seed down here at the bottom, right there. I don't know if you can see that real well, but you can also see above it that it has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 or 8 root systems, or not, it's one root system, but roots that are jutting out of the actual plant now, which means that this rice is getting bigger, stronger, healthier, and it also means that it can take up this fertilizer via these roots when the rain sets in and it you know, melts it into the ground where it can actually take it up into the plant. So that's something we look for, to know if it's time to fertilize and if it's old enough to take chemicals and those types of things. But it's also just a way to know that the rice is healthy and that things are coming along nicely. And that root system right there looks pretty dang good to me. Alright, so hopefully you can see what was going on there a little bit from the drone. The fields look really beautiful. You can't tell that they're as green as they are from the drone just because of the different perspective. But I think I got some good enough shots that you can tell what's going on. It is just beautiful. We are super thankful that we got a good stand of rice so far on everything we've planted. Obviously bad things can happen, and sometimes they do, but for now everything's looking really good. We're gonna just keep working our hardest to make this a good crop and make it yield good. Like I say, it's perfect timing with rain and stuff for the fertilizer to go out right now, and we're just gonna, you know, keep babying it and watching it and looking out for it and keeping it growing good. So we are just thankful and happy that we got a good stand and a good crop right now, and we're gonna keep on planting some more when it dries up. Let's run over here right now and see if we can see what Pawpaw's doing. I think he's the only one on a piece of equipment at the moment, and it's pretty cool looking stuff. So let's go down there and see what he's up to. All right, so the field's too wet for me to drive out in there, but he's working on this right here. I don't know how much you can see. So you definitely be able to see from some of the drone video I got, but what he's doing is he's taking this levee right here, which has been too thin, too skinny for us to drive for forever. I'm not sure if they built it that way, maybe with a trackhoe, or what happened, because there's a canal right here on the other side that we use to water the fields with, and I'm sure that was built in conjunction with this levee, and something happened there where it wasn't wide enough for us to drive down, so you couldn't get down the inside of the field to kind of look at it and see what was going on. So he's just digging a much bigger, wider ditch and making the levee wide enough that we can drive on it once it dries out, and we disc it down and all that sort of stuff. So as you can see, this levee is super wide, and that levee was really skinny, so this field was kind of all screwed up as far as being able to drive around it. So that's what he's doing there. He's been working on it for I guess a couple weeks, but with the rain it's been more like a week solid, or maybe even not that long. He says that he doesn't like the trackhoe and that he's not good at it, but Pawpaw actually is really good at running the trackhoe, and what he's doing there looks really good. So that's a project he's been working on, and something he can do while it's a little bit more wet than we can do when we get a tractor in the field or whatever. So other than that, I don't know that there's a whole lot going on today. I've got to go to Jonesboro to help my girlfriend move out of college and see her graduate this weekend. So we'll probably be back with you next week with some more videos, unless I leave a camera with Dad to do some videos tomorrow, but we'll see, and you'll see too. So peace out. Alright guys, welcome back again. This is second part of this video, I guess. We're back from the weekend. I got to help Alex move out, and then saw her graduate Saturday, and then had a graduation party for her yesterday. And we're back today on the farm. I don't know if I mentioned on the last end of the video or not, but there were some chances of rain in the upcoming forecast over the weekend, and boy did they pay off. We have got a lot of rain. I think we had almost 3.5 inches in the last 3 days, something like that, from Friday through last night. And then there's another inch in the forecast for Wednesday, I believe. So a lot of rain, a lot of water on the fields right now. There's not going to be any planting going on this week, that's for certain. There's a lot of water standing, and just driving around right now looking at a little bit of it. I think Dad's been out on the Ranger looking at some of the water, and I'm doing the same right now. You can see here out the window that it's pretty dang wet. So I think I'm gonna head back to the shop and see what everybody's up to and see what's going on. But just wanted to show you how much it's rained. The road is flooded down there, so things are in not in bad shape by any means. It's not flooded. I guess it depends on your definition of flooded. We definitely have some fields that won't have drainage, but we didn't have any fields that hadn't come up yet, so that's a really good thing. All the rice is up and probably sticking out of the water if it is covered. So that is a good thing right now. It means we don't have anything in like really bad shape. So anyway, that's me rambling on about the rain. Hopefully we'll get out here in a minute and see exactly what everything looks like, but we'll see you later. Okay, I found Dad and Penny riding around, just having fun, it would seem. But looks like everything is fine. Dad's gonna shut this gate because the water is actually running in the field and not out of the field, which is not what you want when you have this much water. But everything, according to Dad, looks pretty good. Nothing's like, you know, hurting or anything. So we should be good. Penny, are you a good helper? You are, aren't you? You are. You're a good helper. You see there's a ditch that runs down through here that's a Corps of Engineers dug ditch, and when the rain comes, everything runs off, goes in there, and then this field doesn't drain, it floods because it's low. And that's not exactly what we want. Petey! My seat, please. My seat. Give me my seat, please. Oh, that's good. Penny, look. Penny, look. Look here. It's a good riding dog, Daddy.
Yeah, the other two always abandoned me, but not her.
Did they run off?
Back here in parts. But...
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So out of our 3 stray dogs, we have 1 loyal rider and 2 hunters.
Yep.
But Penny likes to ride. She said, I'm not walking everywhere. That's what this ranger's for.
She likes to ride the boat too.
I thought she likes to ride the boat. Oh, look, Dad. Got my cup back. So that ditch we just crossed there is one of the ones that gives us trouble when we have a lot of rain, like we had right now. It's also the ditches that give us water when we need water. But do I? No, it's fine. But we check on them when we have a lot of rain so that we know whether they're draining water into them or putting water into some of the fields that are low and prone to flooding. So that way we can regulate the water that we want versus water that we don't. So that's pretty much all Dad's been checking this morning, is what fields are running water in and what fields are running water out, because we really don't want that much water right now. Alright, so checked on all that water and stuff. Everything looks pretty good. It's gonna be a pretty slow day the rest of the day. I got some stuff to do at the shop, like organizing some tools and stuff and some new toolboxes that I bought. We're gonna take an early lunch, grab a bite to eat, and then get back after some stuff like that. But it's not gonna be highly interesting for YouTube, so I think we'll just leave you here and call it a good video. But I appreciate you watching. I've been putting these out at noon on Saturdays, so keep your eyes peeled and be ready for them when they come out. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.